Good evening, my dear students. In today's lesson, we're going to talk about the possessive cases of nouns. So, let's start our lesson. Possessive nouns, yeah? What is the possessive nouns? Possessive nouns show different types of ownership. They will refer to something we possess, or they may refer to something that is part of us. For example, our bodies, our emotions. Forming the possessive of singular nouns. To make singular nouns possessive, simply add apostrophe and the s. After apostrophe, you must add s. For example, the food of the fish, the fish's food. The claw of the lobster, the lobster's claw. Yes? So, then you try the tail of the whale, the whale's tails, the whale's tail, the whale's tail. The right answer will be C. Yes? So, remember, whale is a single noun. Single nouns are made possessive by adding s. By adding s. So, let's do our presentation. So, 1 minute. What's happened? What's happened? So let's continue. Words that show ownership are called possessive nouns. Yes? A noun is possessive if a phrase can be changed to say that an item or idea belongs to someone else. For example, the paintbrush that belonged to the artist was lost. The artist's paintbrush was lost. Possessive nouns are used to show that someone owns something. An apostrophe is used to show the ownership. For example, noun and the possessive noun, yes? Pam, Pam's cat. Cat, the cat's tail. Sam, Sam's knee. The possessive form is adding s with the help of apostrophe. The cat's tail, the Pam's cat, Sam's knee. Rule. To show the possessive of singular nouns adds s. Yes, apostrophe. For example, Fluffy's tail, Sally's recipe, the man's hat, the teacher's pencil. The possessive form can also show a feature or characteristic. For example, river, river's edge, train, train's wheels, sun, sun's heat. So, possessive nouns rules from 1 to 2, yes? Rules. The first rule is to show possession of singular nouns. Add apostrophe plus s, yes? The second one, to show possession of plural nouns ending in s, add an apostrophes. For example, runner's shoes, cow's meal, trees, apples, runner's shoes, cow's meal, trees, apples. Possessive nouns, rule 3. To show possession of plural nouns, not ending in s and an apostrophe and the s. Children, children's food. Tease, tease feelings. Plural possessives. If the plural ends in s, just add an apostrophe. If the plural doesn't end in s, add an apostrophe and then s. One person and one item. The boy's jacket. The boy's jacket. Two people, two items. Yes, it's the plural form. The plural possessives. The boy's jacket, the boys' jackets. My parents' car, one person, one item, one parent, one person. And the one car, it's the one item, yes? Two people and the two, my parents' cars. My boss hat, my boss's hats. My woman's dress, the woman's dresses. The child's toy, the children's toys. The passerby's glance, the passerby's glances. The kid's bike, one kid and one bike. The kid's bike, two kids, one bike. The kids' bikes, two kids, two bikes. So, my dear students, in here you can see activities, yes? Positive slideshow with activities and the skill builder and the grammar gold quiz. It's the homework also. For example, the food of the fish. The fish's food, yeah? The claw of the lobster claw. The book of the boy's book. You can see the possessive nouns. The cheese of the mouse cheese. Singular possessive exception. When a single noun ends in s, it may seem the word is plural. However, there are many singular proper nouns that end in s, like Bess, Jones, and etc. When a name ends in s or es, simply add an apostrophe to the end. The car of the Bess car. The house of Jones house. Reminder, singular nouns are made by possessive by adding s, unless it's the proper noun that ends in s, orally like Jones. Forming the possessives of plural nouns, there are two ways to make plural nouns possessive. Plural possessives. If the plural noun ends in s, simply add an apostrophe to the end. The coats of the girls coats. The marbles of the vases marbles. The cat of the boys cat. Remember, all of the words, girls, vases, and the boys, and the is, and plural. They only need an apostrophe on the end. If the plural possessive doesn't end in s, add s. The babies of the salmon's babies. Salmon is plural in this case, but doesn't end in s. The fish of the children's fish. We know that children is a plural noun, but it doesn't end in s. Therefore, it requires s after n. The boats of the men's boats. Keep in mind, singular possessives. When a singular noun, usually a proper noun like a name, ends in s, only add an apostrophe. Otherwise, singular nouns take s. And the plural possessives. If the plural nouns ends in s, only add an apostrophe. If the plural noun doesn't end in s, like children, fish, salmon, deer, add only s. Also keep in mind, only the noun that possesses or owns something determines the apostrophe or s. It doesn't matter how many things the nouns owns or possesses. Have example, yes? So, let's continue. Singular possessive nouns. Yeah, single possessive nouns show ownership. Single possessive noun shows ownership by one person, place, or thing. Then, plural possessive nouns. Plural possessive nouns show ownership by more than one person, place, or thing. Singular or plural possessive. The farmer's chickens were for sale. The farmer's chickens. Farmers, you can say the possessive, yeah, plural. The boy's dog is barking. It's a single voice. The man's eyes looked shocked. The man's will be the plural possessive. The bird's wing was broken. Bird, it's also will be singular. The calves' tails were swinging in the wind. Calves is the plural form. The hen's clucking was very annoying. Hence, it is a plural form. Donna's brother was in the army. Donna's brother was in the army. Donna is also the singular form. Singular or plural possessive. Yes, let's check. Thus, deer's mother was looking for food. Deer. Deers will be plural. The singer's voice was beautiful. The singer will be the singular form. This is John's book. John, it will be also single form. So, let's continue. A possessive noun shows ownership or relationship. Yes, ownership shows who or what owns or what has happening, something. Use the apostrophe to show this ownership and the relationships. Ownership, the tourist passport. The tourist owns the passport. Relationship, the tourist companion. The tourist knows the person with him on the trip. So, how to form? Singular form, yes. A singular ending in S and the plural ending in S. Other plurals. Add an apostrophe and S. Add an apostrophe and S. For example, sons, girls, and the teens. Charleses, Thomases. States, weaves, and the farmers. Children's, geese, men's. It's the other forms. Other forms of the apostrophe forms of children's, geese, men's. So, a proper noun ending in S may take only an apostrophe to form the possessive case, as the addition of S would make the name awkward to produce. This usually happens in classical or biblical names. For example, Mount Parnassus evolution. For example, Pocahontas' birthplace. Hot tip. A reliable way to identify possessive nouns is to rewrite a sentence containing possessive nouns to include has or have. If the rewritten sentences doesn't make sense, then the noun is possessive. If the rewritten sentence doesn't make sense, then the noun is not possessive. For example, the student is the author. The student has the answer. Since the second sentence doesn't make sense, student is not possessive. For example, IKEA's dog is happy. IKEA has a dog, happy dog. Since the second sentence makes sense, IKEA is possessive. Another reliable way to check for possession is to replace the noun with the possessive personal pronoun. His, her, and its, or their. If the sentence don't make sense, then the noun is usually possessive. If the sentence doesn't make sense, then the noun is probably not possessive. For example, Rita's book is new. Her book is new. Since the second sentence makes sense, the noun is possessive. Try together. What is the possessive form of the noun? In southwestern corner stands a modest frame home. The farmhouse appearance is like that one other. others. So, goodbye, my dear students.